Hey everybody, welcome. Happy Monday. It is July 24th. No, not July. What in the... I read JU and just automatically went to July. My mind is already thinking about July, so I apologize. It's June 24th. You haven't stepped through a time portal. So, Flesh to Dust is here. Hello, hello. Tom is here. Good to see you, Tom. Our contest winner. Well done, sir. David Brownlee says, howdy, howdy. Hey, yo, from Ryan. Kabuki is here. What? Kabuki Kid is here. Rob Trotter, hearing you. Will. All right. Good. Thank you for being here. VG, Vanessa Garreton. Hello, madam. Good to see you. Danny Anderson is here. Hello, guys. Everybody is showing up right on time. That's the way we like to do it. Well, that's the way we like to do it. It's not how it always pans out here. Sometimes there's a few minutes of blah, blah, blah going on. I'm having Flipside withdrawal. Happy you're back. I am happy I'm back as well. More about that in just a few minutes, though, because my traveling might not be over. So we'll see how that goes. Hello, all you mongrels. Eric is here. Well done. All right. Well, it's good to see everybody here. I certainly appreciate you stopping by, and hopefully this will be a fun, informative time. Fireside chat. We don't have any fire. Well, the fire's inside. That's why. No, that's just, I just thought about that. Anyway, we are going to be talking about my trip over the last weekend with Love Thy Nerd. We went to Origins Game Fair, and I was able to work with Berkey at the Game Toppers booth. Berkey is a sponsor of the channel, so that's why we have that little logo for the first minute as we are counting down, because that is what he does. He supports the channel and he sponsors the channel in part, and we thank him for that. And one of the great things that I get to do when I go to conventions sometimes is work with Berkey and the Game Toppers crew. And great products. And if you guys don't know what Game Toppers is, there is a link in the description below that will take you to their website, and it'll tell you all about it. So go ahead and do that if there's any interest at all. You won't regret it. They're great people, great products. Let's see here. I'm not quite home yet, but almost. Vanessa says, anyone I missed? Probably keep the fire inside alive. That's right. And another trip coming up this weekend. Yes. Well, let's go ahead and get to that first, because it is it does have some ramifications to the channel. We let's see. All right. So here's the thing. As I was driving to the airport on Tuesday last week, I was going to stay in. Well, I was driving to the hotel. My flight left at like 5 o'clock in the morning on Wednesday, so I didn't want to get up and have to drive at 1 o'clock in the morning. So over the passes, it's too dangerous for my liking, basically. So anyway, I was going over to stay the night at a hotel and then get up early in the morning and then get to the airport. So I was driving over Tuesday night, and I got a call from my cousin down in San Antonio, and my grandpa had a massive stroke on Tuesday afternoon. He had been trying to contact him all day long. He works, so it wasn't like he was neglecting or anything like that. It's just that he was at work. He always calls and checks in on him every single day. And every other day he drives over to the house to check on him. So on Tuesday he was working and was trying to get a hold of him, wasn't getting a response. So it wasn't until he got off work that he was able to go over there, and that was not until around 9 o'clock. He found Grandpa laying on his bed, and and of course called the paramedics. The paramedics took him to the hospital, and there it was determined that he had had a massive stroke at some point in the afternoon, and so he was non-responsive at that. You know, when my cousin Mike found him, never never regained any responsiveness or anything like that. He was breathing, and the heart was pumping, and that was about it. The massive stroke took out half of his, the right side of his brain and the right side of his body, just gone. He did have a mild stroke last year that made it difficult for him to walk and have balance, but he was still able to function. This one was the big one. Not the big one because it wasn't a heart attack, but it was definitely a massive, like a catastrophic stroke. So I basically told Mike to just keep me informed over the weekend, and we traded many phone calls, many texts every day until Saturday. He called and said he actually FaceTimed me at about lunchtime and said, you know, the caregiver that's here said that you probably need to give him a FaceTime and let him say his goodbyes. And then about an hour and a half later, I got the call back that Grandpa had passed. And it was always, it's always bittersweet. It's because the loved one has left this realm, if I can put it that way. But the faith that I have, that in large part is due to the influence that my grandpa had on my life, tells us that he has gone home. He is not just some, he has gone home to be with his Lord and Savior. And so it's a good thing. He had survived his wife. He had survived all of his daughters. He had survived all of his siblings. He had survived everybody in his family except for 2 of his nephews and myself. And when my aunt, who just passed away about 1.5 years ago, well, I guess it's been a little bit longer than that now, but when she passed away, he was very clear. And while she was struggling with cancer, he was very clear. He said that he believes that the reason he is still here is because she was going to need to be taken care of. And then after she passed from stage 4 pancreatic cancer, he believed that his job was done. And the way we believe is that, if you're still here, God still has a purpose for you. And so he was going about his, he volunteered at the local firefighter museum there in San Antonio, and he was doing all the stuff, but then he had that stroke, and the stroke really took out the ability that he had to do all of those things. And he was always a very active person. He was always doing something, always tinkering around in the little shed out back that he called the tabernacle. That was where he did all of his woodworking and carpentry and that kind of stuff. He was a hobbyist that way, never by trade. But anyway, so I can imagine the last year has been really, really difficult on him since he had that stroke. And he was very clear in his will. He was very clear in his conversations that he had with us that if he ever got to this state that he did not want to be kept alive. He did not want to be resuscitated if he did, a flat line, I guess would be the word to say. But that is where we are at. Now, why does that have any repercussions? Well, I'm, as we speak, waiting to hear back from my cousin to see if we're going to be able to have funeral services this week before Dice Tower East. He has said that we have complete control over when we hold the funeral. He's going to be buried at Fort Sam, Houston, and right next to my grandma, and where my mom is buried as well. But they have a schedule that they have to keep, and whether where his service will fit in, we don't know yet. So he's talking to the funeral home. Mike, my cousin, is talking to the funeral home, and the funeral home's talking to Fort Sam, Houston, the cemetery there, to see what can line up and when. So right now, I am basically on a hair trigger to buy a plane ticket to go down to San Antonio tonight. If it turns out that the ball can start rolling this week rather than waiting, because we want to get things taken care of. But we don't want to rush stuff either. We don't want to miss something. We don't want to make a mistake and all of this other kind of stuff. So anyway, what that means is that if I have to go down to San Antonio, there's going to be very little content on the channel this week. I will still be able to do some things. I did do a good bit of recording, kind of like a travel vlog type thing while I was at Origins, and I can take my editing computer with me and still put all of that up throughout the course of the week. I can always do shorts because there's no shortage of game shops that I can go visit while I'm down there, because lawyers and businesses and all of that kind of stuff are open during regular business hours. So the evenings, I either just sit there in my grandpa's house and probably go a little bit crazy, or I get out and go do some stuff. And so that's probably what I would do if it turns out that I do need to go down there tomorrow. Well, tonight, in order to be there tomorrow. But he was 93 years old, Eric, so he had lived a very long, full life. He was a retired firefighter there in San Antonio. He had done so many things. Worked with the OCSC and Cadence International as kind of like a stateside missionary, working in a number of different ways and avenues with our military here in the States, running hospitality houses and those kinds of things. He would serve downtown in a restaurant that was run by a charitable organization where you could go there and buy lunch and all that other kind of stuff, and all of the proceeds went to help out homeless and that type of thing. But the homeless people could show up and they would get food as well. He used to work down there as like a not a waiter, but almost like a busboy, I think. He volunteered at the San Antonio Firefighters Museum. That was a pride and a joy for him. So he did a lot of different stuff for a lot of different people, and it's really cool. So let's see here. Let me just respond to some of this stuff. This is going to be a rough one. Yeah. Really sorry. I appreciate it, y'all. I really do. Danny Anderson, Chester Copperpaw supporter. All right. Thank you. Thank you. Whoa, what is that? Danny, $50. Help with travel costs. Thank you so much, Danny. You are amazing. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Let's see here. Thoughts and prayers going out to you, your family. Thank you. So sorry. Appreciate it. Hugs. Thank you. Deep breath. Yep. Sorry for your loss here. Thank you. He sounds like he was. He was an amazing man. Great. Doesn't fully encapsulate my grandpa. And amazing doesn't do it either. But, you know, I'm doing this just because I'm going to miss him. I'm so happy that he is reunited and that he can be with his wife and his Lord and his daughters again. And they're all without any ailments. They're all there again together, and it's amazing. It's great. So thank you for that. Same age as my dad when he passed last year. Well, my heart goes out to you too, Eric. Parents are hard to lose as well. But mourning is for the living because we will miss them. Yep, that is correct. All right, so that's what's happening. So as far as I don't know what's going to happen. I don't know if I'm going to even be in Washington State tomorrow morning. So if I schedule, I will be scheduling things the night before, all this week. And if I talk to Mike after we get off the stream here, and he says, you know, he gives me some explanation that we don't need to worry about things right now, then I'm going to stay home and try to work ahead to get stuff for next week up and running while we're away at Dice Tower East. And Mike has told me that the funeral home told us that we have complete control over when it happens. We just have to be able to schedule it. So if Fort Sam has the ability to do it this week, then we're going to try to schedule it this week and probably this weekend so that we can get everything in order throughout the course of the week. And I'll go down there and help him do that. And then I'll leave from there to go to Orlando and meet Jess and the kids there for Dice Tower East. And then hopefully it will be over and done with. But if that can't happen, then we'll probably hold off everything until after Dice Tower East is done, and then I'll go down to San Antonio and take care of everything. I'm the executor of his will because I'm the closest kin that he has. Mike is. I don't know why they would determine that. I guess it's because of I am his direct descendant, and Mike is his sister's son. So I don't know why, but that's just the way it is. That's the way it's set up in the will and all that other kind of stuff. So so I have to be down there at some point in time. Where what we don't want to do is where I have to make multiple trips down there, because that's hard on the pocketbook and it's hard on the family here because I'm away. So we want to try to do everything in one fell swoop rather than do part now and then have to go back and do part later. Thank you, Luke. I appreciate you, and I appreciate everything that you guys did for me while I was there. My face may break your cameras. Dude, if it can stand this, it can stand that. All right, so that's why I am unclear on the level of output that the Flipside's going to have for the next couple of weeks. If we are able to put it off until after Dice Tower East, we'll have plenty of content go up this week, and I'm also going to try to get enough content up for next week as well while we're away at Dice Tower East. And then maybe there will be a week where, you know, there's not much going up because I'll be away again in San Antonio. So, but that's what's going on. So hold on to your hats, buckos, because it could get a little sporty as far as content is concerned. But like I said, I'll still be able to do some stuff even if I do go down to San Antonio, or rather when I go down to San Antonio, because there's a great little board game community out there, and shoot, I'd hope to even be able to hook up with Bubba from Love Thy Nerd, and maybe Andrew, because he's right there as well from Deliverance, and go out to see the folks at Night Watch Games. And so there's plenty of things that I'd be able to do in the evenings when I'm not taking care of family stuff during the days. So but just keep an open mind, okay? That's all I'm asking. That's all I'm asking. Now, I could do a live, but you will have to teach me. That is true. I could do that. So we'll see. Handle that first. Yep, I know. That's exactly what I'm going to do, Eric, and I appreciate that support. But I just want to give everybody the heads up. That's all. Because this is like a hiccup. This is a little burp in the road of the flip side. This is not going to, you know, if I wouldn't have said anything, and you just see a lack of content, rumors will start flying. And that's what I don't want to happen. So that's why I'm taking time to say this. Skip ads, stupid. All right, so here we go. Now, with that out of the way, you kind of understand where we're all at that point. I will keep you informed as much as I possibly can as decisions are made and all that kind of stuff. But for right now, let's go ahead and move to the Origins recap. Origins recap. Origins was pretty stinking cool. In one way, and in another way, it was kind of, well, golly. Now, the reason I say that is because I mainly stayed in the exhibitor hall and the gaming hall, which were right next to each other, and I did not get a lot of time to go wandering around the convention center to look at all of the other things that were going on. Now, I did talk to some people on the way back, and I was explaining that to them. I was like, man, it just didn't seem like there was a whole lot of stuff going on. Talked to some publishers. Berkey talked to some publishers, and the general consensus was that it was an okay year. It was an okay convention. It was an okay event, but a lot of the exhibitors were just breaking even or barely breaking even, and it wasn't a great show where you would come back and you made money and you could, you know, that kind of stuff. So from the business side of things, I guess you could say I heard a lot of people say that it was just okay. But I did see a lot of people that, you know, I got to stop by 25th Century's booth and talk to Chad, and they sold out of, I think, the lion's share of their stock that they brought in. So that was good for them. I think Gray Fox was able to do the same thing. It looked like Arcane Wonders still had a lot of stock, but I don't know that they had a bad convention either. So, and again, I don't know any details from anybody. I've just gone by. I'm just going on hearsay and what people have told me they've heard and what some people have told me. So, but with that being said, there was a very I don't know. There was a very neat community spirit there. A lot of the people that were there were very friendly. There were not a whole lot of, angry people, or, people that just have that, I don't know, they just carry that like, I don't know, facade around with them where they just look like they're angry or look like they're not gonna, or you don't want to say hi because they might bite your head off. There wasn't none of that. So that was cool. But I think there were a couple of stories there where people weren't able to get their games there to sell, so they were just relegated to just demoing games and so forth. I wasn't able to pick up Forges of Ravenshire for that exact reason. They actually had their distributor that I'm not going to name because I don't know all the details, so I'm not going to get into all that drama. Their distributor didn't. They had their stuff at their center. It was all stateside, and they just couldn't get it to them in time. So that's kind of a bummer for BA Games, because I was able to demo Forges of Ravenshire this time, and my goodness, that is a fun game. I mean to tell you, that is a fun game. And I've only played a round of it because that's what you basically, it has two phases. You have a resource gathering phase, and then you have a forge phase, and so they basically walk you through step by step what each of those things do. In the resource gathering phase, you have 3 dice that you roll, and then the numbers determine how well they fire off wherever you place that dice worker. And then whenever you place a dice worker, you get the reward of that dice, whatever number it is to whatever it says at that place. And then you can take a die from another place, and you also get that reward. And you do that 3 times. And then you're able to activate guilds and all this other kind of stuff. And then after all of that is done, you've placed and taken 3 dice. Then you go into your forge phase, where you're actually going to use the resources that you've accumulated, kind of smelt some of them down and use them to make different things that are contracts that people are looking for: weapons, armor, shields, whatever. And that's one of the ways that you get points. You can also get reputation, which will get you points through. The more reputation you have, the more points you get from that. But it'll also give you bonuses throughout the course of the game as well. There's just a lot of fun stuff in this game. I like dice work replacement games, and I like the fact that the number of the die determines what you're going to get. Some spaces will give you more resources for the higher numbers, and some of them will give you more resources for the lower numbers. So you always have the ability to, unless you just roll very mediocre and it's all like 3s, well, you might be in trouble then. But I like that mechanism a lot. So, but I was bummed that I wasn't able to pick up a copy of it. I think they brought 2 copies, and one of them was given to the Dice Tower. And the other one, I can't remember who else got it. Oh, fart. I remember saying, though, that I remember saying to the person that told me they got a copy of it, "You are one of 2, and the other one is the Dice Tower, so congrats." Anyway, so Forges of Ravenshire, really enjoyed it. I can't wait to play it. They're going to be selling it at Gen Con. I am going to try to be first in line. that's not going to happen because I'm going to be working a booth. But I'm going to try to get it as quickly as possible. So there's that. Let me look at some of the things here. Rumor 1. Did you hear that Sam accidentally shaved his beard and won't put out a new video until it grows back? Oh, that would not be the case. That would not be the case. I'm going to spread rumors about you anyhow. I know you would. David Brownlee. I heard Game Toppers has another Kickstarter coming up. Not a joke. That is absolutely correct. July 23rd, David. July 23rd, there is a new Game Toppers Kickstarter coming out. And basically, they have a new Watson and a new Mycroft Galactic board Game Topper coming out. So the rails are going to be designed like space themed, sci-fi themed. And then they also have a new galactic playmat coming out. They also have a couple other playmats that are being designed. And they are going to be running a new Kickstarter for all of that new stuff. But on top of that, they are also jumping into the tabletop war game scene. In that, they're going to start releasing 2D terrain sets that are neoprene, where you can put it down on the table. It provides a shape for that table, and then you put your 3D element on top of it. But all of the stuff is like the printed neoprene that you would expect from Game Toppers, with very good artwork, highly thematic artwork, what have you. And I think he said they're going to have 4 or 5 packs that each have about 10 different elements in it. And the elements that they have in it are super, super modular. You know, a lot of the packs that I've seen, you know, it's kind of like all of the roads have this like teardrop shape, where it's just and but the ones that I saw that were prototypes at the Origins that you can see in some of the short videos, you can actually make really neat looking stuff out of it. And it's like real looking stuff, not any of that fake looking stuff that you usually don't see very much. Anyway, yes, July 23rd, they have a new Kickstarter coming out. So they don't have their landing page up yet where you can click on it and be reminded when it starts, but that's coming soon. So just keep an eye on the website, and they should be able to, they'll probably let you know as soon as that happens. But yes, David, you are correct. Danny, that made me laugh out loud. Yes, I'm sure it did. National economy in general sucks right now. Hobby money is tight. That is absolutely correct. That is what many people were coming down to. We didn't feel, the people that I talked to and myself, we didn't feel like there were that fewer people there. They just weren't spending money like they used to. So, yep, that makes sense. I'm picking it up at Gen Con for sure. Yep. Yeah, me and Luke demoed it together. It was really fun. Love the flow of the dice. Stefan is here. Good to see you, Stefan. Quite a few people here today, 30 plus. Yeah. Good to see you guys here. I appreciate it. Everybody missed Sam. Oh, shucks. Indeed, I kept checking his live every few days. We're just bored. Thanks, Eric. What was the name of this game? It was called Forges of Ravenshire. Forges of Ravenshire. Did you say fart? I don't think I did, but I may have, because I'm not one to shy away from the word fart. Back Forges Ravenshire after playing a prototype copy. Fun game. Yes. Any games surprise you? No. Big moves from Game Toppers. Yes, that's true. Any games surprise you? No, not really. I found all of the ones. Okay, so let me go get my notebook, because that will give me my that will give me my script, so to speak. All right, so all right, so demos. What demos did I have? I wanted to demo Mezen. SETI, which is the I can't remember what it stands for, but it's about finding out if there's intelligent life out there or something like that. I can't remember what that was. Anyway, SETI was from Czech Games Edition. I wanted to try out Metro Runner from Thunderworks. I wanted to try out Order of the Day, Normandy, from the Dietz Foundation. And then I wanted to try out the Paradox Initiative from Elf Creek Games. Well, here's the thing. I was not able to demo SETI. I did stop by and watch a little bit of a game being played, and it looks fantastic, and it looks like it's going to be fun. So I'm still very much interested in trying it. I just wasn't. I didn't have time to wait for however long it was going to take them to demo that game. So there's that. Metro Runner, I wasn't able to demo, but we'll come back to that in just a few minutes. Order of the Day, I ran out of time. I didn't get to stop by the Dietz Foundation. Too many things. Just as the weekend goes on, you have more and more things that you don't want to try to do, and the things that and some of them just slipped through. Order of the Day, Normandy slipped through, so I apologize about that. But Luke and I were able to sit down and try Paradox Initiative, and that, my friends, is a fun game. A lot of fun. There is set collection, there is open drafting, and there is this really cool, like, bejeweled mechanism that's happening over on one side, and everybody has their own grids of these shapes and colors, and if you can get 4 or 5 in a row or a column to pop, then it gives you the resources that you need to fix the time continuum for all of these different planets that are in this universe. And that's the gist of the game. You're trying to go back and reconstruct and fix all of these messed up timelines from all of these different planets. The planets all have artwork done by different people. And one of them is, guess who? Vincent Dutrait. So yeah, that's going to probably have to be a purchase at some point. I don't know how, because I'm pretty sure that the Kickstarter's already done with, and I don't know if they have late pledgeability, but I don't know how that's going to happen. But I want it to happen very, very badly, because I really enjoyed this game a lot. It's very fun. I love set collection. I love open drafting, and that little bejeweled mechanism thing where you're making different rows and columns pop was really fun. Luke was very good at it, to my chagrin. But Paradox Initiative, I can definitely say that's definitely one that should be very high on your radar from Elf Creek Games. I was able to also go to Arcane Wonders booth and try out Mezzan. Now, Mezzan is much more of an abstract strategy game, but it also has that kind of bejeweled mechanism thing kind of going for it. You're not really wanting to pop things out of your grid, but every turn each person gets to choose an element that you have to take out of your grid, which will then make it fall down, and now you get to put those things back in, and you're trying to score points based off of different goal cards that have different patterns on them. So you're trying to build these different patterns by things that are shifting, and you have amulets that you can pay to people that will basically say, if they choose, like, I don't know, a porcupine, to be the animal that you have to take out of your grid, you can pay them an amulet, and then you can just choose whatever grid you want to do. But those amulets are worth points at the end of the game. So it's actually a really neat looking game. The first thing that really made it pop for me was the look. It was just a lot of reds and blacks and whites, and it was just a very stark look to it. But I really enjoyed my play of Mezzan. So the 2 out of the 5 that I was able to play, I really enjoyed. Mezen and Paradox Initiative were very fun. So I can definitely highly recommend that you go check those out. Now, as far as, well, where did it go? There it is. All right, so Sam's man crushed you trait. All right, Vanessa, you watch it, young lady. Let's see here. Or poop. That's correct. Did you ever get to Demo Seti? I did not. Search for extraterrestrial intelligence. Thank you, Luke. I appreciate you. Some extra trash included. Actually, I wouldn't call it trash, but they have a lot of add-ons that from that Kickstarter. I was talking to a fellow, and oh my goodness, they had like $300, I think is what he said, worth of add-ons. That if you got all of it, that's how much you would be paying for it. So Origins just posted, attendance was up by 10% from last year. Okay. Okay. It was a good game for sure, not good for my analysis paralysis. That is absolutely true. Paradox Initiative late pledge is still open. Ooh. Well, I guess I know what I'll do. Got to sign out as the class is awake now. All right. See you later, Jess. Love you. All right. Now, as far as games for purchase, we already talked about Forges of Ravenshire. That was one of them. I wasn't able to get that one. But everything else on my list, no! A second one is there as well. Middle Ages from Hatchet Board Games also ran into logistical troubles. So Forges of Ravenshire and Middle Ages I was not able to pick up. They will be available at Gen Con, so we'll have to supplant a couple of those games that I talked about for that list, or maybe not. Maybe those ones that I talked about on the Gen Con lists will trump these two, but it won't. I'll be buying 11 games if at all possible, because Forges of Ravenshire I think we're going to purchase. All right, but with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and provide a little bit of a report on the games that I was able to bring back. All right, so first things first, this was not on the list. Now, I knew it was available, but I didn't know it was going to be available at Origins. And the reason I knew it was available because I saw the Dice Tower doing a little show off of it. So there you have it. It never occurred to me that the teachers knew the students were sleeping. All right, so I got this, but I also got this. This is something that's pretty cool, but it's also something that caused me a lot of trouble at the TSA people. All right, so what is this? This is Nidavellir. So we have, let me show this one for you first because it's going to be bigger. But this is the playmat. So check this out. Looks super awesome. But I just really like the look of this thing. Let me get my cup out of the way here. Looks so nice. So nice. So this is the Nidavellir playmat. So you can have it while you are playing. It looks really stinking good. Really enjoy it. I'll start it like this so you can kind of see it face up. Oh, there's a second side? Oh, it's just double-sided. Anyway, so it starts like this, where you put all those. And then each of the different spots to have all of your cards out there. So that looks really cool. Really enjoy it. I really like it. So I'm looking forward to that. I saw it and I was like, yep, that's going in my bag. Then This was here as well. This is the treasure chest. So if you saw the dice tower, you saw the little thing that they did, you saw that this is a little thing that you can have that is going to hold all of the coins. And this blew the TSA people's minds. These things right here. So 2 huge packages of them. They're basically, think everything that Chip Theory Games does. That's what this is. They're just the tokens, but they are the poker chip style tokens. And and a little case for you to keep it stored in here. I'm not going to take the time to do it right now, but you kind of get the idea. This is what's going to be going on there. Now, one of the things that I think the Dice Tower said was that possibly the game could fit in here, and that if the game could fit in here, they would say that this was, they said this would be more viable for them if the game could actually fit into this box, like so. But I don't know if that actually can happen. We'll just have to see. This is how much room is in the bottom of this. So that kind of gives you an idea of, but I cannot tell you how much trouble this cost me at TSA. It was quite humorous in one breath, and very much not humorous in another. But that's one of the things that I purchased. The Nidavellir, I think it's called the treasure chest. So there's that. Sorry. So TSA thought they were baffles for your solvent trap. I'm jealous all over all the Nidavellir upgrades. Yeah, you should be. It shouldn't just be double-sided. It should be slightly different. Let's see. I will see if it's slightly different. Okay. All right, so one side. Oh, it is slightly different. Look at that. Up at the top. Bing, bing, bing. This is probably maybe for the expansion. Maybe. I don't know. But yeah, you have this side here, and then you have this side over here. I think this is probably base game expansion, base game side, and this is expansion side. I would imagine. I don't know. I haven't looked at it. I haven't played the game, recently enough to know exactly how this goes. But that's what this is, and I was very happy to be able to pick this up. They had some other things that were there that were other bling things, but I didn't get them because I didn't want to have them. Shocking, right? Okay, so another thing that everybody that I was going to pick up was the World Wonders Mundo expansion pack. So this brings into, and you remember I said that I don't know why they would have another mode for the game. Well, I am sorry. I now know why, and I think it's awesome. Anyway, you have all of these new wonders. You have 9 new wonders. Oh my gosh, come on. Oh, Strider. Oh, this is bugging me. All right, there we go. Got it. All right. So we have the Terracotta Warriors. We have, that's the castle. The starts with an H. Himeji Castle. Then you also have Stonehenge, and you also have what's this one? The Arch of Tesiphon. I have no idea what that means. But the Arch of Tesiphon, you have the Colossus of Rhodes. Let me go ahead and put these up so you can see them. Bing, bing, bing. All right. Then you also have the Great Sphinx. Then you also have, let's see, Colossus of Rhodes, Arch, Stonehenge. The Gate of All Nations is right here. The Gate of All Nations. We already have the Terracotta Army. We already have Himeji Castle, Great Sphinx. You also have the Hanging Gardens of Babylon. And then you also have the Olmec Colossal Heads. And so these are the 9 new wonders that come in the Mundo expansion. And then you also see that they have 2 decks of cards. You have the Mundo cards and you have the regular cards. So the new way that you can play the game is that you can have this, you take these 9, and then you take 9 from the base game, and then you have 2 decks of wonders out there, each of which you reveal 2 wonders from each deck. So you actually have 4 wonders that you can choose from instead of only 3. And that's the new mode of play. That's how you play the new Mundus expansion. But why do they do that? Because the Mundo expansions actually have different ways to actually score points. So you score points based on the bottom of the card here and what it says that it's supposed to be doing. So as long as you achieve this and this, then you get this many points or whatever. So down here at the bottom. So the top part here is the same as your other monument cards. You have the picture of the monument, how big of an area it's going to cover, and then the requirements for what it has to, where it can be placed. But then at the bottom, it has different abilities or different ways that each of these things can score. So that's the new mode. You can actually play games now to where you have 4 wonders available, not just 3. And these Mundo cards have different scoring abilities at the bottom. So I think it's pretty neat. And I retract my earlier statement that you didn't need a new way to play the game. The game modes that they offered already were just fine. Now, if you want to use these, but you don't want to use the Mundo cards, then you can just shuffle these into the regular deck. And that's why they have two decks of cards. So you can just use these as regular monuments with the base game, or you can use that Mundo mode and play it that way. But that is the, I'm not going to do an unboxing for all of these. I'm just doing it for some of them. So don't get, yeah, we're going to be here for 3 hours. No, we're not. Let's see. So, hey, Mr. Cold Nose. You putting that cold nose right on my elbow. What are you doing? You want to say hi? Huh? You want to come here and say hi? Well, come here. No, you're just going to stretch. Come on. Come up here. Come say hi so you can lay back down. Come on. Yes. Oh, gosh, not on the chest. Not on the chest, puppers. Not on the chest. Say hi, everybody. Yes, it's Strider. I miss Strider. He's a good boy. Aren't ya? Yes. There you go. All right. So that is the World Wonders Mundo expansion. We are going to be getting that to the table here pretty quick because we already know how to play the game. So that's the Mundo expansion. Let's see, TI4. What's that? Hi, Strider. I want a 3-hour stream today. Yeah, I don't think so. Longer than TI4? Nope. Built with hot glue gun. What are you guys talking about? I would have loved to have seen the Great Colossus. I'd love to know how they even built it. Ah, with a hot glue gun. Took a while. See? I get it. I get it. I just have to read further back. Let's see here. The other side has a spot for the expansion. Yeah, that's what I thought. All right. I bet Strider was so happy when you came home. He absolutely was. All right. Others. So the Mundo expansion was the first one that I was able to purchase. Now, others. I said that I was going to pick up Sirens. And I did. Now, Sirens is pretty interesting because it is a very small game. Where's the... Oh, I see what they did. Ah, now I understand. Anyway, Sirens is a pretty neat game, and all it is a book of rules. Then the solo rule book is on the other side. So half of it is written this way, half of it is written this way. You just have to flip in from whatever side. The rest of the game is just cards, like these little things in a couple of cubes. So there's not a whole lot to go through here. But it's interesting. I read the rules on the plane ride back, along with a couple other the small box games that I picked up because I went by MV Board Game, and they have this tiny game series, and that's exactly what I did. I went ahead and bought tiny, Sirens. I also bought Confusing Lands, which we've covered on the channel. We really enjoyed it, so I was very happy to pick up a copy of it. And I also picked up a copy of Defrag. I also picked up a copy of their 16 Candies game, but because the theme really didn't strike me, I was sitting next to a little boy on the shuttle ride back to where my car was parked. And they were talking about how his birthday was today. 16 Candies was right on top of my bag, so I asked his mom, can I give your kid a gift? Can I give your boy a gift? And she said, well, what is it? And I said, it's just this little board game, little card game. And she said, yes. So I gave it to the little boy for his birthday today. So I did have all four, but I gave that one away. But anyway, I'm looking forward to playing these a little bit more often. Both Sirens and Defrag are ones I haven't played. We have played Confusing Lands, so we were very happy. I was very happy to pick up these. So there you go. Then another one that was on my list was Pies. Now, Pies is from All Play, and we were able to sit down and play this. Me, Mark, and Luke from LTN, we were able to sit down and play this, and it is just a trick-taking game where you're trying to accumulate the correct ingredients for the pies that you want to make, and if you're able to put those ingredients together, then you can discard those ingredients and then flip your recipe card over, and that's going to score you points at the end of the game, which goes for 3 rounds. And it's just a really fun thing. If you, there was a plum game, and basically this is a rebranding of plums. It uses a very similar style of artwork, but it's a little bit more of a inviting theme. Everybody likes pies, right? And if you don't like pies, you're weird. So that's just how it goes. But the pies that are in here are just cardboard pies. You can use pies to basically up your bid or your card's strength by 3.14. You can use little pie tokens, and they're just cardboard in there, but they had the upgrade pack available where these are like wooden pies. And so it raises the your bid, the number on your card by 3.14. So I thought that was cool. You also have a dog. One of the cards that you can draft. If you play it and you take that card, if you draft that card, then and if it has a little dog head on it, your dog will protect all of your stuff from people stealing things from you. So that's pretty cool. I just had to do it. So I went ahead and bought the upgrade pack as well because it's fun. That's why. So that is Pies and So we're going to be talking about this later. We're going to get that to the table. JT's, I think JT's going to like it. We'll see. He's a trick-taking dude. Maybe he won't. I don't know. We'll have to see. Oh, wow. Sandy gave me a birthday gift on the shuttle. See? That's how it goes. Boy will never forget the nice man who gave him a birthday present. Yeah, well, hopefully so. I am not a saint. I'm an opportunist. In a good way. Also from All Play, I picked up switchbacks. And the reason I picked this up is because it's already kind of a tried and true. It was designed by Susumu Kawasaki, and it's already a delivered game. Not a delivered game. It's already a designed game. It's already a published game in Japan, I believe. And they brought it over, changed the theme a little bit to a hiking theme. And read the rules for this. Looks interesting. So basically you have a hand of tiles that all have different numbers on them, and you're trying to set up your hiking trails by setting up the tiles in numerical order. When you place a tile out there, you can place a hiker on there, and if that trail is completed by having at least 4 sequential numbers in it, then you're able to score 1 point for every hiker you have on that trail at the end of the game. So it's a really fast game. It looks like it'll be a lot of fun tile placement. I think it's pretty neat. So looking forward to giving switchbacks a try here in a little bit. That was also on my list. So far we are 1, 2, 3, 4 out of 8 basically, because 2 of the 10 were logistical flububs. So there you have it. But another one that was on the list was Flashback Lucy. I've been looking at this one since last year, and it looked really good. I was really into the narrative choice storytelling aspect of it, trying to figure out kind of like a puzzle and that type of thing. So I was really interested in looking at this because it's ages 8 and up, I think is what it says. Let me double check that. Yeah, ages 8 and up, players 1 to 4. So it has a solo mode. That's one of the reasons why I looked at it. And I was interested in it, and it's got a lower age threshold. So I think it's going to be probably a little bit on the easier side. But for me, easier often means more enjoyable, because I don't like to stress out about playing games. So looking forward to giving this one a try. Really like the artwork, and I like what's going on here. So that's Flashback Lucy. Looking forward to giving that one a try. Just picked up Switchbacks a couple of weeks ago. Very cool, Sharon. Nice. Another rumor. Even generous in the off-season. No, I'm not Santa. Although there was a cool picture of Berkey, who has a super white beard, and he actually does have a Santa like outfit that he wears to do things around his local area, and he was standing next to a guy that was decked out as Santa Claus. So it was like the two Santas were talking to each other. Somebody got a picture of it. It was really funny. Ternanog is a game that I was interested in based on theme alone. And I very much was happy to, I mean, I was like, yeah, I'll get to it. And then I was sitting down and looking at something. I couldn't remember what it was. I was demoing Forges of Ravenshire, and I was like, you know, I should probably go look at Ternanog. There were 3 copies left. And I was like, okay, I'm buying it right now. Because I really enjoy the theme of this. The Golden Path to Tir na Nog is open once more, and the greatest Celtic storytellers have gathered for a once-in-a-lifetime journey into the other world, where they return, when they return, they'll bring with them tales of the creatures they met and the adventures that they lived. Over time, those stories will become saga, the most epic. So it's something that I'm really looking forward to trying. I also heard a lot of good stories about this from other people who were able to demo it. So there you have it. So I'm really looking forward to this one. As you can tell, it's still in the shrink, so I do have to get that open, but that'll be later on. By the way, yes, thank you for being here, Sharon. Thank you for being here. Didn't mean to. I thought I had already seen you up above, but maybe not because everybody's saying hello to you. Double stroller. Sam's a new dad? What? Oh no, just still at work. Oh, okay. Pushing a double stroller while listening. No, she's at work, and they have, when they take kids for a walk that they can't have just walk around, they put them in a stroller and push it. That's why she's at work. No. Let's see, was this one? Did I not have this on there? Oh, this was on my Gen Con one. Ooh. War Machine. Yeah. I didn't realize that they were going to have this at Origins. That's why it wasn't on my list of games to purchase. It was on my Gen Con list of games I wanted to purchase. So there's a spot for Forges of Ravenshire. It's already got it. So this one looks really cool. I like the worker placement. I like the fact that you have different workers. I think it's going to be fun. I enjoyed. Now, people have made the comment on my Gen Con list where this showed up that there's no connection between the Manhattan Project of old and this game. And as I was talking to the guy at the booth, that is not true. This is a game that didn't get released in that original series of games, but it was a design that was meant to be released. They just never got to it. So when they sold that, I guess, license, that IP to Matago, or not Matago, Grail Games. Grail Games and Matago are going to be putting this out. And this was at the Matago booth. I don't know why Matago has... Was it at Matago's booth? Or was it at... Oh, I hate giving bad information. So... Yeah, it's at the Matago booth, Grail Games. Yes, it was. Okay, cool. Just wanted to make sure. So they were going to they're just going to reprint this. Now, they're also going to go back and reprint the other games so that they look similar with this new graphic design. So I wasn't incorrect, but it was on accident. So I was able to pick this up ahead of Gen Con. So that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. All right, another one that was on my list for Origins, Tangram City. This is a UA Rosenberg abstract strategy game where you're taking these different Tangram shapes and you're placing them on a grid and you're going to be scoring points for them. Really chill. The thing that really kind of put off the page for me is Korea Board Games. I used to buy their stuff when I lived in Korea all the time. So it's really cool to see their stuff showing up over here as well. And I'm really cool that Capstone, excuse me, gosh. Capstone Games, I'm really cool that they're bringing it over here. But also UA Rosenberg is one of JT's favorite designers. So maybe that will draw him in as well. Although JT said he wasn't very interested in it, but you never know. Now, I wasn't able to demo Metro Runner, but I did get a review copy from Thunderworks Games. Jenna, their new marketing specialist, was kind enough to give me a review copy of Metro Runner. So I very much thank them for that, but I'm very much also looking forward to this one. I think this is one that JT is also wanting to check out as well. So we're very much looking forward to getting this one down to the table. Stephen Kerr is the designer. Illustration, Ignacio Bazin Lazgano, Ario Anabitarte, Nicholas Zakaria, and Matthias Treberg. I probably massacred those names, and I apologize, but I do like to give them credit where it is due. But anyway, this looks really cool, and I'm looking forward to giving this one a try. I think it looks cool. I like the theme. I like that cyberpunky look, that theme to it. But you're basically completing jobs, gathering intel, and using your ability to upgrade yourself and hack the network and access the black market. All those real cyberpunky things that are really cool to do. But wasn't able to demo it, but I'm going to run my own demo of it here pretty soon. So that's Metro Runner. And then, let's see. Oh, shoot. I know, Luke. Sounds like you forgot about Fog, Luke. Grail picked it up, but it's still a different designer, artist, and publisher at this point, even if the original plans were to include it in that initial set. Okay, that's cool. Did you accidentally say on accident, though? No, I didn't. No, I meant that. I meant, I picked it up beforehand on accident. Yeah, I meant to say that. I'm going to skip ads for you guys. Vanessa says she enjoyed a playthrough of Tangram City on the Summer Spectacular, so that's cool. It did look interesting, yeah. That is a bigger box for Metro Runner than I thought it came in. There you have it. It'll be in the mail tomorrow. Thanks, Luke. I appreciate it. Well, while he mentioned that, one of the games that I wanted to pick up at Origins was Fog Escape from Paradise. And because I liked the theme, I liked how you had different people that are trying to escape from this encroaching fog. And the only way you can do that is to get them onto the boats off through the beach. Each one of the different kinds of villagers or vacationers or whatever you want to call them have special abilities that they can do, but you're going to be drafting some of these people, and you can put a base ring on them to signify that who they belong to. But you're basically trying to escape an island as this encroaching fog is coming in, and I just thought it was a really neat looking game. And then on top of that, they had the deluxe version of the Kickstarter available. So I was like, yes, please, we're going to go ahead and pick that up. But didn't have room for it in my luggage because I only took one bag extra and was going to use half of it. One of the reasons why I didn't have it is because some of the ones that are left here, how big their boxes are, and the Fog isn't a small box either. But anyway, Luke was kind enough to ship that to me, and he said it's going to be in the mail tomorrow. So thank you for that, buddy. The Bigger Ben is here. What's up, bud? Looks like you made it home okay. Did you try out Tesseract? Yeah, but it's JT. We've played a few games of Tesseract with JT in the past. He taught us how to play it first, and we've played it a few times. It's a really fun game. Really enjoy that one. Got to go. Dinner's on the table later, everyone. See you later, Vanessa. Tesseract is a fun game. That is correct. All right. We got 3 more games to go over here. This one is one that I was looking for because of the designers, Adrian Adamescu and Daryl Andrews. Daryl Andrews is a good buddy of mine, and he designed this along with Adrian. And wow, this is fun. Stephanie Kwok also involved doing a lot of the graphic design rulebook layout, and she did a great job as well. So I wanted to say that First Fish Games did a great job of putting this out here. So Stephanie was the project lead, I guess. Can't talk to you, buddy. Hey, Mike. I don't have a minute. I'm live right now, buddy. Let me call you back, okay?
No problem. Call me when you can.
I will, buddy. All right. Bye-bye. That was my cousin Mike. So I'm going to give him a call back after we get done here. Anyway, Mistwind. Flying Whales. Pick up and deliver. And 2 of the, I think, 5 or 6 things that you can pick up, deliver, are drugs and mushrooms. So we all know where that came from, right? I'm just kidding. It's a joke that we were making as we were playing it, because flying whales. Anyway, definitely a neat game. Neat pick up and deliver. I'm not huge on pick up and deliver, but it was the component quality and the artwork of the box, and the board's a little drab, but the artwork on the cards is good, but the component quality is off the charts. And I'm also very happy to report I was able to play a few rounds of this and watch it being played another time, and it's also a very fun experience. So about 75, I would say probably it's going to land around an hour and a half on most of your plays. You'll probably go up to about 2 hours on your first play. But this one is a fun game, and I was glad that Mark was able to show me how to play it. He had bought a copy as well, but check those out. Those components are something else. The Bigger Ben, Chester Copperpot supporter, yeah! Blue Star, baby. Thank you, sir. Appreciate you. But anyway, really looking forward to this. This is a huge box. This is one of the reasons why I couldn't fit Fog into my bag. But I'm happy. So, yeah, there you have it. With the flying whales and such. The cover reminds me of Windward a little. Ah, okay. Designer T. Leary. I have no idea what that means, Eric. Anyway, okay, then one of the other ones that I think I was going to pick up. What? No, this wasn't on my. This is another one. What? Well, ain't that funny how that works out? That's just something else. I'm gonna double check. Yes, there it is. All right, so 2 spots opened up on my Gen Con list to make room for Middle Ages and Forges of Ravenshire. War Machine was one of them, and Expedition Northwest Passage, the HMS Terror Edition, was another one that was on my Gen Con list. That's why my memory was so good at Origins, because I had just made the Gen Con list, and this was on it. And I was like, oh, that's one that was on my list. Not for Origins it wasn't, buddy, but it was on your Gen Con list, so pick it up. This one looks really fun. I like tiling. I like that idea of flipping over and revealing on exploration and so forth. And I've enjoyed this theme, like snowy Arctic journey theme here recently. So this one just popped out, and I'm looking forward to giving this one a try. So again, I was planning on picking this up at Gen Con, but now that I've picked it up at Origins, I'm gonna pick something else up at Gen Con, I guess. So there you have it. So this one looks really good, and I'm super looking forward to giving it a try. The next one, or actually I have 3 more. The next one, this one is actually for JT. This is one of the ones that he wanted me to pick up for him, and that is Aquatica Coral Reefs, an expansion for Aquatica. And so I would imagine we'll get this to the table here pretty soon on the channel, because I know he enjoys the game. He owns the game. I enjoy the game, I just don't own it. So I got this for him, and so that's going to be a fun thing as well. I got a copy of Shikoku for free because I spent enough money at the Grand Gamers Guild when I bought the Fog to go ahead and qualify for a free game. So they gave me Shikoku. This is designed by, I want to say, Eloy Pujadas or Emilia Sales. I don't know what these icons mean down here. I would imagine the one that looks like a brushstroke means artwork, and the thing that looks like a flower means it's design. I have no idea, but there you have it. It looks pretty cool. If you look on the back side, this is a picture of the game. So it looks pretty cool. I know nothing about it. They gave it to me for free, so I took it. Also, another reason why I wasn't able to get Fog into my bags. Then I also met the guys from Three Nail Games. Three Nail Games is a new publisher that focuses on family weight and family safe games, I guess you could say. And they gave me a prototype copy of Go for the Krill. I love that play on words, by the way. But the cool thing about this is that the designer is Sam Pak, and guess who the artist is? Amy Pak, his mother. Isn't that cool? This is a mom-son collaboration, and this is a prototype copy, so when we play it and when we show it off, I'll be very clear about that. But it is basically just a card game. You're going to choose which of your whales is the hungriest, reveal your whale and see if you are the only one hunting for those waters, and then collect bounties for your hunt. You compete to consume the most food. Carefully choose your hunting grounds to keep prey all to yourself, because if other whales join you, you'll both go hungry. So can you outmaneuver your friends to have the fullest belly? It just really sounds interesting. It says 20-minute playtime, ages 8 and up, 2 to 6 players. So really looking forward to getting that one to the table. And that is the entirety of my haul from Origins. I didn't show you the ones that I FOG because I don't have it, and so there you have it. See you later, Ben. Take care, buddy. Look at all the money he saved. I don't know about that. I don't know about that. If you say it a third time, he will appear. Timothy Leary. Timothy Leary. Timothy Leary. All right. Well, that's about it. I don't have much else to go over as far as a recap from Gen Con. I'm sorry, from Origins. It was a great convention. I was able to see a lot of people that I hadn't seen in a long time, meet some new ones. I did get to try out the new Council of the Fallen from Lowen Games, from Andrew. The new expansion for Deliverance. I like it. I like it a lot. We demoed the game, and we actually played a 5-player game of it. I don't know. It's still in the baby stages of it because he's still working on things, but we were able to play 5-player game of it. We had I think we had 4 of the new angels, and then we were also playing against some of the new demons that come in the expansion. Nice. The new abilities on the demons are quite formidable, and the new abilities of the new angels are super awesome. Very cool, very fun. A lot of good design work coming into this, so I'm really looking forward to seeing what Andrew does with it. Very fun, very, very fun. Had a great time. Me, Luke, Drew, another buddy of mine, Sean, and Scott. They were able to play with us, and we had a great time. Just a great game. So that's another thing that we were able to do there. Almost bought a lightsaber, but I probably wouldn't have been able to fit it in my bag and get it back. Oh, no, I know why I didn't. First of all, they're too expensive. Second of all, he was saying that he ran out of blades and that he'll ship it to me later. And I'm like, or he was talking to somebody else, he'll ship it to him later. And I was like, no, not going to do that. Another whale game he pulls out. Moby Dick, I'll scream. No. A Whale of Two Cities. Well, that's about it. I'm going to get on the phone with Mike here in just a few minutes and figure out what's going on this week. After that, if I schedule some things for this evening, you'll know that at the very least we'll be here for the rest of this week and probably be able to get enough content up for next week as well. But if I don't schedule anything for tomorrow, that will tell you that things are kind of in motion down in San Antonio, and I had to get down there. So I will be posting shorts, some kind of content. I do have a new contest coming up, and we'll be talking about that in the next few days. Whether I go down to San Antonio or not, I do have some recorded material that we're going to be putting up for our new contest for a free giveaway of a smoking hot new game, and more on that later on this week. But stay tuned, folks. Thank you so much. Thank you, Kabuki. Appreciate it. I appreciate it very much. TSA will make you turn on the lightsaber to check the blade length. No, they won't. Anyway, we're going to be out of here. Thank you so much for joining me. We'll see you guys and gals on the flip side. Have a wonderful Monday. See you later.